Money. Everything costs money. If you haven't got any, you're in trouble. So in order to earn some, we all enter into the world of gainful employment. A dirty world of brown-nosing colleagues, petty politics and pompous hierarchies of managerial incompetence. We work, we earn, we buy, we compare what we've got with what others have got, but we never quite manage to escape a palpable feeling of dissatisfaction with our lot. Isn't there a better way to live? Take some time out from your busy schedule. Put your career aspirations to one side as we embark upon the third episode of What to Do If You're Not Like Everybody Else. And now, please welcome to the stage a man with his own unique veneer of professionalism. It's me, the little-known stand-up comedian, Andrew Lawrence.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. It's lovely, a lovely round of applause. And welcome to What to Do If You're Not Like Everybody Else. My job is to travel around all over the place, standing on stage every night and making loads of different strangers laugh. It's quite a good job. I enjoy it. It's fun. Just as well I do enjoy it, really. There's no transferable job skills. If I went for a job interview, they'd say, Mr. Lawrence, what skills and experience have you got that are relevant to this position? Well, I could poke fun at someone for half an hour. It'd be funny. That's lovely, Mr. Lawrence. It's not really what we do here at Childline. I feel lucky to be doing something fun for a living, because I think often the sort of job we all end up with is a consequence of what sort of school we went to. Sadly, I went to a rubbish school. Nobody ever told us we had any potential. The head teacher used to stand at the front of assembly and say things like, "Now remember, as you journey out into the world, whatever your expectations are of life, lower them. Lower them as far as you possibly can. Once you've done that, whatever remains of your expectations in your heart, accept and acknowledge they will never ever come to any sort of fruition. Put your shoes on, go out and get a job you don't like, enter into a loveless marriage, drink heavily, pretend that you're happy, don't complain, never complain, get on with things quietly, wait patiently for death, death will inevitably come. When it does, trust me, you'll be more than grateful." Don't get me wrong, I'm very well aware that stand-up comedy is not a proper job for any respectable grown adult to engage in. I've done some proper jobs in the past. If I'm honest, I didn't really take to any of them. And I don't really understand why it is that from the moment we're born, we all enter into this strange, unspoken contract with each other, that the prerequisite of living will be that we all have to work. "Congratulations, Andrew, you're alive." "Oh, well, that's nice, I suppose." "Yes, but now you have to work." "What? Nobody told me about this." "Yeah, not just a little bit of work, Andrew. You have to work 5, maybe 6 days a week, probably in an office full of pricks you'd like to kill. Doing the sort of job that doesn't challenge you in any way at all until your brain starts to dribble out of your nostrils. I don't like the sound of that. Shove me back up inside the womb. I'll stay in the womb. No, I'm sorry, Andrew, you're alive now. You have to deal with it. I never asked to be alive. If I have to be alive, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to stay in bed all day eating biscuits and singing songs." "Well, you can do that, Andrew, but if you're going to do that, you need to buy yourself a bed and all the biscuits that you're going to eat. And if you buy all that stuff, you need to buy yourself a washing machine as well, because biscuits in bed, that makes crumbs. To buy all that stuff, you need money. For money, you have to work. Get a job, reject." "I don't want a job. I want to complain. Who's in charge here?" "There's no one in charge, Andrew. All there is birth, brutality, hardship, hard work, isolation, desolation, misery, sickness, loneliness, disappointment, and death." "That's terrible." "I know it is, Andrew. Did I tell you about taxes? You've got to pay taxes." I think whether we like it or not, we're all judged and defined by other people in terms of what job that we do, and so naturally we all want to do something vaguely respectable with ourselves. Of course, stand-up comedy is not a job that affords anyone any dignity. Sometimes I'll get a young person come up to me after a gig, tap me on the shoulder and say, "Excuse me, I would love to be a comedian. What do you love most about being a comedian?" I want to tell them the truth. I want to set them straight from the word go. "Let's see now, what do I love most about being a comedian? Is it my crippling credit card debt or the fact that my family hold me in contempt? Is it The fact that I work Friday, Saturday nights every weekend, which precludes me from having any genuine social life, means I can really only socialise with other comedians who are all invariably mentally ill without exception. Is it the fact that I spend my whole life travelling around from town to town, city to city, country to country, gig to gig? Sometimes I'm in a strange city, I get kicked out of my hotel 11 a.m. in the morning, I go hang around town all day for the gig in the evening. Right about lunchtime I'm sitting on a bench in the town centre eating a sandwich in the rain, weeping silently, and a pigeon swoops down, snatches that sandwich out of my hand, poops on my head, flies off into the distance. All the passers-by laugh in my face and I feel like a homeless person, and I go home, switch on the television, see a lot of comedians who aren't quite as good as I am, getting opportunities I've never had. Can't help but think of all my friends from university who now have respectable jobs doing respectable things. All I have is a loose collection of vaguely demeaning, ginger, self-deprecating references which help get me through the average weekend at some lurid city centre nightclub where I'm expected to entertain some coked-up, inebriated, educationally subnormal vermin who I despise from the very core of my being. Generally, I find that puts them off the whole idea. But I'm lucky, really, because I've got the best agents in comedy. There's 4 of them working in the office. One of them looks after the very big comedians. One of them looks after the big comedians. One of them looks after the intermediate comedians. One of them looks after the exciting up-and-coming talent. Now, also in the office, they've got a performing dog who looks after the talent that showed early potential but failed to fulfill their promise. Occasionally, that dog will take a crap in the corner of the office. Within a week, there's a family of flies hovering above that crap. If you want to book me for a gig, it's those flies you need to speak to. Hello, I'd like to book Andrew Lawrence for a gig, please. How much can I afford to pay him? I don't know, about £1,000. I guess someone who's been on Mock the Week for that money. Well, forget Andrew Lawrence then. I never liked that stinky, miserable ginger prick in the first place. I phone up, hey, it's Andrew. Have you got any work for me this week? A leisure centre in Swansea, Friday night. £35, no travel or accommodation. I got to do a striptease at the end. Well, sign me up. Finally, I hit the big time. Finally, I might be able to get my electricity reconnected, pay my tax bill, stop working the streets at night, pleasuring old men for a fistful of peanuts. How can I ever thank you? 20%, I remember. I like to delude myself and imagine that I've got quite a good work ethic, ladies and gentlemen, but it's not as if this profession in which I'm engaged is a particularly arduous one, and I sometimes feel like I prefer not to work at all. I think many people feel the same way. But what would we do with ourselves if we didn't work? I suspect we'd probably do a lot more sleeping. I never seem to get quite as much sleep as I feel like I need. I'll be getting home from my gigs 1 o'clock in the morning, going to bed 2 o'clock in the morning. 8 a.m. every morning, the man next door wakes me up hammering and drilling. I put up with it for a little while. After a couple of weeks, I started thinking, how much shelving does one man need? And I went round there, I said, excuse me, I'm trying to sleep. He said, I'm trying to hammer and drill. Well, this is a residential area. You shouldn't be hammering and drilling at 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, how am I supposed to fix my house up then? Don't just accept it for the dump that it is, like I've done with mine. I said, well, I don't care what you think. I want to live in a nice house. I said, that's shallow. It's a shallow preoccupation with material things. You want to surround yourself with nice things, pristine furnishings, pretend you're happy, you're not happy. There's no love in your life. There's a gaping vacuum in your soul that can only be filled once you renounce your material obsessions, embrace love, humanity, God, nature, and stop drilling. Stop drilling. He said, if you've got a problem, take it up with the council. And he switched his drill back on. So every night after that, I got home 1 a.m., I switched my vacuum cleaner on for an hour just to irritate him. Then he bought a drum kit, now I've got an accordion. It's getting out of hand, but we're having fun. Having fun, that's the important thing. And I think we're all at the mercy of our alarm clocks these days to some extent. I think most people aren't getting quite enough sleep. Well, many people are tired all the time. And the evidence of that, of course, is that every 100 yards down the street there's another one of these chain coffee shops selling us their caffeinated, fancy-named effluent. It drives me mad the way they train the poor people to work in these places to treat the customers like idiots. Can I help you? Have a large black coffee, please. Would you like a raspberry muffin with that? No, why are you asking me stupid, unnecessary questions? You asked me what I wanted, I told you what I wanted, a large black coffee. If I wanted a raspberry muffin, I would have said I'll have a large black coffee and a raspberry muffin. I didn't say that because I never wanted a raspberry muffin. I had ample opportunity to look under the glass counter at all the confectionery on offer and think, do I want any of this? The conclusion I came to was no. No, I don't. I never wanted, I don't even look like the sort of man who wants a raspberry muffin. Why are you asking me stupid, offensive questions? I don't ask you stupid, offensive questions, do I? Can I help you? Large black coffee, please. $2.50, please. Certainly. Do you want a punch in the face there? No. Stupid, offensive question. Can I help you? Large black coffee. Americano? No, you better make it a decaf. I appear to be agitated enough already without you. I don't know. I feel like everyone's tired all the time because so many of us work unreasonably long hours. We feel we have to work long hours because it's the only way to afford a comfortable and respectable standard of living in an increasingly expensive world. Everything feels like a rip-off these days. I took my car in for the MOT test not so long ago, and I take it somewhere different every year, and I think I won't get ripped off this time. But I always get ripped off. I walk into these places, and they take one look at me and think, oh, there's something not quite right about him. Let's see if we can milk him for every penny he's got. And then they take the trouble to talk to me for a few minutes, get to know me a little bit, and then, no, there is definitely something not quite right about him. And they rip me off. I go into these places, hey, I brought my car in for the MOT test. Certainly, sir, leave it with us for an hour. We'll give you a ring, tell you whether you passed or not. No. In an hour, I'll be staring at my phone, waiting for you to ring. In an hour and a half, I will have run out of patience. I'll phone you, and what will you say? Sorry, sir, you failed the MOT. Have I? Imagine my astonishment. With your rear suspension, sir. Is there? That sounds like something I wouldn't have noticed. Or something you wouldn't have noticed, sir. How very convenient. Sounds like it's probably quite fiddly and expensive. It's quite fiddly and expensive, sir. Leave your car with us for 2 or 3 days, enormous inconvenience yourself. Come back, pay us £500. We'll give you a little certificate, say you can drive your car away again. Even though when you bought it to us, there was nothing ostensibly wrong with it. Happy with that, sir? No, not at all. I'm going to crumple down in that corner over there, cry myself silly. Is that all right with you? Certainly, sir. We do close in 20 minutes. Any crying you need to do, if you could do it within that period, remove yourself from the premises, certainly. I'm nothing if not your little bitch boy. No, you know, nonetheless, in spite of however financially burdened or trapped or sleep-deprived we may feel in our jobs, the truth is, work brings a certain meaning and focus and purpose to our lives, doesn't it? When we ask ourselves the big questions in life, like, what am I here for? It's nice to have a definite answer, like I'm here to empty these bins or flip these burgers or clean these toilets. However unedifying our jobs may or may not be, part of us feels bereft without one. I say, let those who want to work, work, and let those who want to slack off, but let's just all have a bit of fun, because life is too short to waste doing anything you don't want to do. So consequently, I command each and every one of you still listening to this at home to get up tomorrow morning or afternoon or wherever you feel like it, really, and take the rest of the day off. And if you find you like taking the day off, take the next day off too. And if other people see you taking a day off, maybe they'll have a day off. Pretty soon a day off will turn into a week off will turn into a year off, and pretty soon no one will remember what an office is anymore. And the world will be a much happier, brighter, nicer, more pleasant place to live. Possibly. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been What to Do If You're Not Like Everybody Else. I'm Andrew Lawrence. Join me next week when I will be sharing some more crass opinions on another piffling matter of scant importance in a potentially amusing and unquestionably ignorant fashion. Until then, thanks for listening, or just simply neglecting to switch your radios off, whichever the case may be. Very well done, and good night.
What to Do If You're Not Like Everybody Else was written and performed by Andrew Lawrence, and the producer was Jane Bertu.